great to see you here. Traffic wasn't so bad, yay. Usually I get those texts saying, we're stuck in traffic, we're not really here, especially with that bridge. I'm always texting Andrea the other way. I'm stuck in traffic, I'm on my way. So it's good to see you all. I'm really happy that you have beautiful weather today to be on the Berkeley campus. That's not always true. So what I'm going to do today is just do a quick PowerPoint with you, going over some of our kind of like basic points. Because I see a bunch of familiar faces in here that I know have already applied, and I know who already know the answers to some of this. So some of you who know those answers, okay, you're not allowed to answer. So how many of you are just starting out? Okay, great. How many of you have already applied and are waiting till April 24th? Log back onto my Berkeley application, the decisions will be up. Okay. So, and how many of you are thinking of applying in 2016? Okay, great. Great. So, we have a lot of information to cover here, a lot of different levels. If you have any questions at any point, let me know. Okay, because I hate waiting till the end. I have a slide at the end saying questions. I hate waiting for the end for questions because then I forget what the conversation was. So I'd much rather you ask me your questions when we're talking about it so that we can actually discuss what it is that you're interested in. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just do a few little things about transfer. So I'm a transfer student. I started out at Santa Monica College many years ago and didn't really know what my major was going to be. I was going to be a sociology major. I was kind of late signing up, so I couldn't get into that sociology class. So I took anthro, because that was the next one that had space, and that was it. I loved anthro. That was my major at my community college. That was my major when I transferred. I ended up marrying an archaeologist. I ended up going to Peru on archaeological research for 2 years. So I understand that's taken a little far. You don't have to love the major that much, right? But just take those classes and find out what you enjoy, because those are the things that you're going to really not mind all the reading. When you transfer to Berkeley, for those of you who are waiting for the 24th, right, and for those of you coming next year, I have never done so much reading in my life before. Right, Lupa? Right. So Lupita just transferred last year. So you read and you read and you read. Okay, so if you love the material, it is so much easier to read. So choose something you really love. Okay, I'm kind of getting sidetracked. I'm going to start with some kind of fun facts about transfer. So I'm going to talk about some famous community college students that I never knew were community college students until recently. You probably know this, but who's this? The Terminator started out at community college. Any guesses what he was doing there? He probably was doing some weightlifting while he was there. Arnold Schwarzenegger was taking ESL classes at Santa Monica College. He came in from Australia, English not his first language, so he started out as ESL. Okay, next person. We know this guy, right? Yeah. Any guesses where he might have been and what he was doing?
Somewhere in the East Bay?
Yeah. Yeah. And he was at Chabot, and he took acting there, and he performed in plays and stuff there before he transferred to Sac State. Okay, so I didn't know that. I was like, yes, I'm in good company. Okay, some more. Who knew, right? Did you know that Steve Jobs started out taking classes at De Anza? He was taking some classes at De Anza when he started Apple. So you knew that, right? Okay, good for you. All right, this guy. Yeah, where was he? He was in Modesto. And so he started out in Modesto. American Graffiti, shot in Modesto. That's his town. So that's where he started before he transferred to USC, film school. Rest is history, right? Okay, last one. Who's this? Amy Tan. Okay, so Amy Tan started at San Jose City College. She was taking writing classes there while she was starting on her literary career. Okay, so community college, great place for you to be. I love working with community college students. They are the best. I love reading your applications. I just finished a couple of weeks ago reading this year's applicants. None of you, I'm not allowed to read any of yours because I know you. Okay, so I have to recuse myself if your applications turn up. So community college students do a really great job on campus. They add a lot to our campus life. Which brings me to the next thing. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So I know that Andrea works really hard, and the counselors at the community at College of Marin work really hard to